Go ahead. Brian, C.J. Donaldson was the newcomer of the week for the Big 12. They said they moved him from tight end to running back all over sort of during camp. What did you see from him? How did he stand out in your eyes?
Yeah, he's a big guy, strong. He's good straight ahead, hard runner, and he ran through some tackles and had some nice creases to run through. So I think I think they're just kind of probably finding out what they have in that guy and trying to find good ways to use him. So I don't know what their plans would be for him this week. I'm sure he's going to carry the ball, and I don't know if he's going to play. I don't know what else he's going to do. I'm sure they're trying to develop some things for him because they probably realize he's a really good player.
Taiwan seemed to be surprised either that he was a freshman or he was just that big for a freshman. I guess, did you feel the same?
I don't know if I should be surprised or not. He's I guess they grow him big all over the place. So, but yeah, he's a good-looking, well-put-together kid. At least on film, and I think his running style and his success kind of showed it. So we'll try to hit him hard and get him on the ground. That's when they give him the ball.
We haven't talked to you since last week. What was kind of your first impression of the way that the front seven played for you guys, particularly kind of in the first half when a lot of the ones and twos were in there?
Yeah, I think that kind of turned out like I was hoping it would. I know we're a lot better team. I've kind of tried to say that, and I think our guys believe we're much improved in a lot of ways, and it was good to go out there and show that against somebody else. And I understand we're going to probably play stronger teams this year, starting with this week, but yet you kind of wonder sometimes. You think you're better and you have confidence that you are, but you got to go out there and play. And so that was good from the standpoint of we accomplished a lot of things that we wanted to, which was I thought we played up to our level. We wanted to be physical. I thought we were really physical up front and tackle well, which I thought we tackled pretty well. So I think there's a lot of good positive things that we can take from that, but also understanding that the level of competition is going to get a lot stronger now. So we've got to keep matching that too.
What's the biggest key then for transferring the success you had up front in game one to this tougher challenge?
Well, it's confidence, number one, to know that we can do it. And I think number two is just taking that from 1 week to the next, and what allowed us to be successful last Friday night are a lot of the same things that are going to help us be successful this week. So I think our message is always preached kind of the same way, and what we want to do and who we want to be and how we want to go about things. So it's just, again, it's a bigger opponent, probably a bigger stage of things, but I don't know that that's going to change necessarily how we do anything.
During camp, I think you and some of the defensive coaches talked about the importance of making opposing offenses one-dimensional. For a quarterback like JT and a run game like this, I guess how important is it to make an offense like that one-dimensional?
Yeah, well, that guy can certainly throw the ball, so I don't know if that always seems wise or not, but to invite him to throw the ball. But I think the same thing. If a team can run the ball on you, then they can run and throw on you, really. So we always kind of start with that, and we want to be solid against the run. And if you can get a team into throwing situations where you really feel like they're going to have to throw, that really works to your advantage. So and he's a really good quarterback, and he got a strong arm, and he really can. He looks like he can make all the kinds of throws that guys need to make, and we're going to certainly have to be on point in all phases. But we want to continue the trend now that we at least started last week. Was you can't allow a team just to run the ball successfully on you consistently, and if we can do that, I think that will open up the other avenues of our defense that allow us to be successful, hopefully in every way.
New quarterback, new offensive coordinator. How do you go back and find the right film? Is it a lot of USC stuff? Do you go back to JT's time at Georgia? How do you kind of go through?
Yeah, we have all that stuff. I think we probably look primarily more at the USC film because that's the guy calling the plays, and so we try to do our good homework in that area. And USC is not exactly the same personnel that West Virginia is. So, but you can kind of tell philosophies, plays, and route concepts and things are they're similar, right? But I think the at least going from last week, West Virginia's, the personnel groupings were probably less diverse than they had used at USC, but we'll see what this week brings, I guess.
You mentioned confidence. I wonder that the coin flip obviously dictated that your defense is out there first last week. How much fun was that? And what did you see from your guys responding to, getting to start the season for this?
Yeah, that was good, and I don't never try to make too much of that. I'm sure they thought they could get the ball and hang on to the ball and have some success early and kind of take the starch out of our sails a little bit, and we were able to get a good 3-and-out, and we had several 3-and-outs on the day, which I think that's one of those keys to how what's good defense. Well, I think we had 6 or 7 3-and-out drives on the day, which if you can do that, you're gonna really limit your opponent. So that was good for us to get out there, and I thought we flew around pretty good on the day and in that first series, and kind of set the tone for things. And again, I was just happy generally with the way that our guys performed up and down the lineup.
What type of test do the cornerbacks have going against that wide receiver room?
Yeah, well, a lot. We played against those same guys last year, and I think part of the way that Pitt plays their secondary kind of lends itself to some of the passes that you saw. But I also think they realize, hey, we're onto something here with some of those receivers, and they are tall and they can go get the ball. So, and if you throw those kind of passes, he's either going to catch it, or it's going to be interference, or probably could be incomplete. So they probably feel like their odds are, pretty good. At least 2 of the 3 situations, something's going to happen. I guess we could intercept it. That'd be 2 negatives and 2 positives. But I'm sure they feel probably pretty good about those odds when they do that, and we're certainly aware of that. I know Coach Peterson's we've been working a lot of those kind of drills and those kind of against those kind of balls. So we're as prepared as we're going to be, I'm sure they're going to test us, and hopefully we're going to have our fair amount of success. But they're probably going to catch one too. So we got to be able to it's put that behind us, and it's the next play that's important. But we're gonna do some things hopefully that'll give our corners a little bit of help as well. So not make it quite so inviting for those guys to do that as many times as they might have done that the other night when they played.
When we talked to Lance after the game on Friday, he said that what Lonnie did during the game is what he sees in practice. I'm sure you agree, but how impressed were you to have him have such an impactful game in his first kind of time playing?
Yeah, it was awesome. He shows up similarly in practice a lot of times. So, but to go out there and on the live stage and do that, he was kind of unblockable for them, which gives everybody else down the line now something to think about. And now we've got to get the complementary pieces to him so an offense can't just gear their protections and things around one guy. We've got to get other guys to do similar things, and I think we have the potential to do that. So, but again, for him personally, that was awesome. It's we saw it from his days at Miami of Ohio, and from the time this spring and fall camp, that's the kind of guy he is. So we need more of the same from him.
And you guys obviously rotated a lot at defensive tackle, defensive end for the most part. I guess in terms of the seamlessness, how do you feel like that went with so much rotation?
Yeah, it was good. I think everybody's fresh. I don't know that anybody really played defensively. We might have had a couple of guys hit 40 snaps, but most guys are in the guys that played a lot, 20s and 30s, and some guys not even that much. So that was that's the, I don't know if it's frustrating for players. I suppose it is, because they want to play a lot more, but that's a good problem to have, right? When you feel like, man, we didn't get guys didn't get a lot of playing time. That's probably good. So I think our rotation plan is going to be somewhat similar, but I think we also know that at certain times you're going to want to have certain guys in there and at those clutch times, and we'll make sure that happens too.
I want to ask about that, because we talked in camp about how you don't want the guys playing like Kenny did last year, where he's on the field for 70 some odd snaps. What do you feel like is like the sweet spot then for players, where it's enough playing time where they get a feel it can make an
Yeah,
impact?
well, I think it depends on the position a little bit. I think up front you need to rotate more, because they're they're just going against a lot of beef, you know, and you know, get tired in a different kind of way, you know, just fatigue up front. And if you can't go as hard and play as hard and physical and fast, then, well, you're gonna, you know, the results are gonna show not in your favor. But I think there's other positions that can play a little bit more, and so. I just feel like I feel pretty good about our plan for those kind of things, and we're just trying to create some situations to get some of our backup players opportunities to play, to really show what they can do. And again, that just the competition feeds into practice, because we're obviously we're going to practice. Guys are going to have to practice good in order to get those kind of reps. So, and at the end of the day, that's going to help us all.
Anything else, Coach? Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.